Welcome back, everybody. I hope you're all doing well. Today, Mike Francesa and his Hofstra Pride are going to take on the Buffalo Bulls in Hofstra's second straight game against a New York in-state rival. And if they win this one, they're going to get championship rings made for a New York State championship. Last week, Hofstra was able to go into Syracuse and secure a 24-3 win that was actually rather convincing and rather unexpected. So as we get into this one right here on first down, they go slow mesh to Keontae Tyson. And if they can win this one against Buffalo, they will have defeated 2 consecutive New York teams. The only other Division I FBS New York team that comes to mind is Army. I'll double check this before I continue speaking. Okay, yes, there are quite a few Division I athletic schools in New York State, but only those 3, Syracuse, Buffalo, and Army, play FBS football. But Hofstra goes 3 and out on their first drive, and we'll have to punt this one to Buffalo here. So Buffalo will come out on the field, led by impact players Tyrone Davis and Ed Murdoch, or Red Murdoch, I believe that's said. And so Buffalo will get started here on offense with the handoff. Off the left side with a nice gain, that will be Lamar Sperling. That might be a familiar name to some of you who watch MrHurriicane series. I believe he is now in his 4th year of a Buffalo Dynasty. As Buffalo hits a huge play to the tight end here, nobody covers him. And they run in for the first score of the game. It is 7-0 Buffalo Bulls, just like that. So Hofstra comes back, and they audible out of the flex bone into the full house pistol and hand off for a 4-yard gain. Now back trips to the right here. They're going to run a QB read, and it's kept by Hines for a nice run up to the 31-yard line for a first down. Great play there. Now out of the go-go formation, they're going to swing a screen out to Tyson, and he's got a little room to run off the left side, and he's going to get a first down. Tyson really the best player this team has in open space for sure. Probably the only one who can consistently make guys miss. Actually, Strickland also has a pretty good spin move, but none of the receivers are really reliable when we get them the ball out in space. As you're going to see right here with Foreman. Looked like he had some room to run, and he does pick up another first down. But anytime we have to make someone miss, Foreman really not that good at it. Now, Keyshawn Robinson is our fastest player on the team, 95 speed. So if we get him out in space, he can just outrun people. And we go jet sweep here to Moore, who gets the edge and makes a nice spin move, and he's going into the end zone. So all that trash I talk about our receivers not being able to make guys miss in space, and Moore goes right into the end zone. A beautiful spin move on the jet sweep there, and a big play for Hofstra to march right back down the field and get right back in this game. As we check a nice replay here in the pause menu, which is why there's no music. Little disruptive perhaps, but it's a good look at the play. And nice touchdown there for Hofstra to get right back in this. Now Lamar Sperling takes the handoff off the right side this time and gets another good gain. 7 yards right there. I don't remember the name of the quarterback, and it's not currently showing up on the screen. And when I Google it, it appears that the number 7 quarterback in real life for Buffalo is a gentleman who is black. So perhaps he didn't opt into the game, and this is just like a generic, like John Dowd and MVP baseball type situation. I have no idea. Anyway, 2nd and 11 now. They're going to go screen to the right. No, they come back left. This is an interesting little play. It looked like a double screen almost. Well, it's going to be 3rd down and 11 here for Buffalo. And they are looking for a pass underneath, short of the sticks. They will gain 8 yards. That will not be enough. It's 4th and 3. Buffalo's going to have to punt this one back to Hofstra. And Keontae Tyson will field this one at the 21-yard line and get hit pretty immediately. So Hofstra will set up at the 22-yard line. They'll motion Scooter Page into the backfield and run an option look to the right side. And Hines will get tackled for a gain of just 5 yards. Looks like if he could have got that pitch off, they might have had some space. Page got the ball. They motion Page back into the backfield again and run a screen to him this time. And nowhere to go. He's actually going to lose 2 yards there. So interesting looking play, but doesn't work out well there. They motion him pre-snap. They come back underneath to, looks like Foreman was the intended target, and they're not going to be able to complete that. So Hofstra's going to punt this one back immediately as they go 3 and out in under a minute. So Buffalo back on the ball under a minute here in the first quarter from the 29-yard line. Quarterback kept that one and got 4 yards. 2nd down and 4 now. Hand off to Sperling, who's met by Bubba Van Claiborne, and that'll get them into a 3rd and 2 situation here. 3rd and 2, another handoff to Sperling, and Hofstra able to converge, hold him to a short game, but he still gets a 1st down. And again here on 1st down, the handoff to Sperling. There's a flag down on the play as Sperling picks up about 8. Big old 88, the man who scored the touchdown on Buffalo's first drive, is the guilty party here. That will be a holding call. It's going to be 1st and 18. And the defensive tackle gets in the backfield and almost makes a play, but they are able to get the throw out and gain 6 yards. That'll be the end of the first quarter. So at the end of 1, Buffalo actually outgaining Hofstra in yards per play at 8.4, which is way too high. 7's also a very good number, but the Hofstra defense is going to have to pick it up here as they start the second quarter. And they're going to check this down to number 3. And he's going to get tackled, 7-yard gain there. It's going to be 3rd down and 5 here. Big play for Hofstra to try to get off the field. They're going to hand to Sperling, and he's only going to get 3 yards. This is much improved linebackers for Hofstra, able to make the play there. So Tyson ready to field a punt again, and he's able to find a hole on the right side, and if he just could have turned the corner there, he'd probably still be running. Now 1st down, Hines going to play action. He's going to take a deep shot on the left side. He's got a man open. That's Scooter Page, who's caught it in stride, and he's going to run all the way into the end zone. A beautiful play call by Hofstra there, and they strike quickly there on the play action deep shot. That looked like a cover 3 defense where the deep 3rd defender on the left side just caught looking in the backfield at the play action fake. I wouldn't say it worked wonders, but it worked enough to let Scooter Page get in behind the defense and for Hofstra to hit a major explosive play to get on the board and take the lead. Once again, let's get another view of this, zoomed out a little bit, and you just see that deep middle defender tried to come over and get there, but he just couldn't get there in time, and Scooter Page was able to run it into the end zone for a touchdown. Perfect throw there by Quandre Hines. As Sperling gains 4 on 1st down. That's the kind of explosiveness this offense has been missing. They hand off again to Sperling. He gets hit in the backfield. The defensive tackle getting in there, making a play, and it's going to be 3rd down and 9 for the Bulls now. And Oluwave chasing as the quarterback rolls across, and Oluwave jumps up and makes an incredible interception on a throw there. Just a bad decision by that quarterback. And Oluwave is able to run this all the way down to the 14-yard line, the transfer linebacker from San Jose State. Now Hofstra's going to rocket toss this to Keontae Tyson, who's got speed to the edge, and he's able to outrun a defender into the end zone. Touchdown, Hofstra. Another quick strike from Hofstra. They've scored twice now in this early second quarter here. We're not even a minute 30 in. So huge plays for Hofstra as they're on the cusp of going up 21-7 now. And Buffalo didn't play that too poorly. Tyson was just able to outrun the one defender who was in position and get to the edge and score. Funny thing about that play, as we go to a replay here really quick, I need to find a way to get some sound in the back of these replays. Now, funny thing about that play is that the rushing yards always get credited to the quarterback, as you see there. So Quandre Hines gets credit for a rushing touchdown. That should go to Keontae Tyson. That has been consistent since this game came out. I guess this is me trying to call attention to it, because if EA Sports could fix it, that would be nice. Now Buffalo's already in a 3rd and 6 here. Quarterback drops back, and he's going to throw this one off to the right side and gets a completion there. Nice play there to keep the drive going up to the 48-yard line into Hofstra territory. Now Sperling on the handoff is going to be greeted by the defensive lineman for just a gain of 4 yards. Sperling again on the handoff. No gain this time. Good play by Zero. That's Coles, the left outside linebacker. Now handoff to number 5. On 3rd and 6, does he get there? He's going to come up just short. It's 4th and inches, and from the 38-yard line, Buffalo is going to punt. Horrendous decision making there. So Hofstra will get this back at the 15-yard line with 3 minutes and 10 seconds left. They hand off to Tyson. He's not going too far. Now it is 2nd down. Hines with trips to his left. He is going to make the wrong read there and just get rid of it. 3rd down and 10 here. Trips to the right. Hofstra is going to run mesh rail, and they've got the running back on the wheel, and Tyson's got it. And looked like man coverage there, and the Buffalo defender in man coverage against Tyson just had to come all the way across the field. Now Hines with another play action look. He's going to take a shot on the quarter route to DJ Brown out of the Bronx. DJ Brown, the freshman, makes a nice catch there at the 13-yard line. Now a keeper for Hines, and he gets 4 yards. 2nd and 6 here in the full house pistol. They got the corner out to Strickland, and he's open. He's got it. Touchdown, Hofstra. Quandre Hines is just lighting up this defense all of a sudden. And, yeah, this is a type of passing game that we have not seen yet out of Hofstra. Last season, we just could not get open against anybody, so this is just not feasible. I believe this is the first game in the Dynasty where we are actually a higher overall than the opponent. We're a 79 and they're a 78. And so we're finally able to make some plays happen here. Under 2 minutes now, ball back in Buffalo's hands. And they throw this one underneath to, was that 28, 29. Interesting thing about Buffalo in this game, I think I'm in a nickel package right here. But for most of this first half, I have been in the 3-4 because they have been in 21 personnel like most of the game. Now 1st down here, Buffalo's going to drop back, throw this one on an out route, and a great strip, and the ball's free. And Quincy Blue's going to come pick it up, and he could have a big return here. Oh, they're going to catch him. He's going to try to pitch it, and the ball's back on the ground and back in the hands of Buffalo. So crazy sequence there as Hofstra tried to go for the big play there as Quincy Blue tried to pitch it back and get the big return, but unfortunately it ends up back in the hands of Buffalo. Now in this next play, they're going to throw deep, and that's going to land incomplete. So quite a sequence there late in the 2nd quarter. Now 1:12 left in the first half. They're going to throw this one over to the left side, and that's going to be incomplete. Now it's 3rd down here, 1:08 on the clock. Quarterback drops back, and he dumps this one underneath to Sperling, who gets hit right close to the marker, and he's going to be a yard short. So it is going to be 4th and 1, and they're going to have to punt this one back. And Keontae Tyson will fair catch this one at the 21-yard line with 54 seconds on the clock here. Hofstra already up 3 scores. Quandre Hines drops back, and he's going to try to split the 2 deep defenders to Keyshawn Robinson on a post. He's got him, and they're not catching Robinson. On the run, touchdown, Hofstra. So Hofstra is going to jump out to a 35-7 lead here. It looked like cover 2 in that post route to the deep middle. To split those safeties who were being held to the sideline by the outside vertical route, so no one was in the middle of the field, and Tyson exploited that, or not Tyson, Keyshawn Robinson and Quandre Hines were able to exploit that. Robinson just transferred in this year, 95 speed, fastest player on the team. He's only like 65 overall, but we had to get him on the field, and he showed you why right there. A huge play to put Hofstra up now 35-7 here in this first half. So Hofstra well on their way to that New York State Championship. Not exactly being kind to MrHurriicane and his boys. Fumble here on the kickoff. Now I believe they roughed the kicker on the extra point. I didn't show that, but I showed the kickoff because we kicked off from the 50 and Sky kicked it to the 1-yard line to try to make them have to return it. Or 1 yard deep. Sky kicked it. They fielded it at 1 yard deep. They could have taken a knee and they didn't. So last play of the first half here. They just throw this out of bounds. It is halftime. Hofstra leads this one 35-7 at the break. Just an onslaught in that 2nd quarter. This game was 7-7 at the end of the first and looked pretty evenly split. If you'll remember, Buffalo actually had like 8.4 yards per play and Hofstra had like 7 yards per play. But that 2nd quarter, very much a different story as Hofstra jumps all over Buffalo with 4 touchdowns. make this a 35-7 game. Buffalo scored first, and Hofstra has scored the next 35. Deep shots to Scooter Page for a score. Keyshawn Robinson on that post route we just saw. The corner route to Strickland in the end zone. Just doing it in all sorts of ways. They've been hitting him on the run game also. But really the story has been the passing game. It's been through the air and the defense. Speaking of the defense, Nico Solomon used their lurk interception here, and Hofstra's right in business to start this second half. Nico Solomon, not the most talented player, but he's made some big plays for this team. They dumped this one off to Strickland in the flat off play action, and he gets a nice gain. And Quandre Hines already has 321 yards passing in this one. Then an option play here. Gained 6 yards. Now they're going to call an inside trap run, handoff to Tyson. He gets just 2 yards. It'll be 3rd down and 2 here. Handoff to Tyson again off the left side. He's got speed, and he's going to get down to the 6-yard line. It's going to be 1st and goal, Hofstra. And on 1st and goal, they're in the full house pistol. They're going to hand this one to the left side, off tackle Strickland, and he is going to get into the end zone. A touchdown. His 2nd touchdown of the day. 1st rushing. The previous one was a receiving touchdown. And Hofstra is now going to go up 42-7 here over Buffalo. So order the New York State Championship rings, because it sure looks like Hofstra is going to run away with this one. And how about Spencer Strickland? This is a guy that we wanted to cast this guy off the sea last year, and now he's a pretty solid contributor on this team. So now Buffalo's got the ball back. Let's see if they can begin the 35-point comeback. Things could certainly snowball quickly in this game, but this is not the position Buffalo wants to be in, that's for sure. Lamar Sperling gets 5 yards there. It's going to be 2nd down and 5. Handoff, and Oluwave greets Sperling in the backfield. That'll be a loss of 1. It's going to be 3rd down and 6 now. On 3rd down and 6, quarterback drops back, and he throws this one deep down the middle. It's going to be dropped. That should have been picked off. That was right to a Hofstra player. Possibly same result. It would have been kind of an arm punt, although we would have had a return opportunity. But Hofstra will get it back on not a great punt at the 35-yard line. Now a keeper by Hines doesn't go anywhere. He loses 3 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 13 here. Now they're going to get a little drag screen going to Moore, and he is on the run off the left side. Great play there. Huge pickup of 18 yards there out to midfield. Now they're going to hand this one off to Tyson on an inside zone play. He's got a lot of room to run. Everything's just working for Hofstra right now. That's a 7-yard gain. On 2nd and 3 now, they're going to pitch it to Scooter Page on the jet sweep. He's going nowhere. He loses a yard. And a little triple option here. This time the pitch gets to Page, but he loses 2 yards actually. 4th and 6. This is prime go for it territory. Hines drops back. He's got CJ Peaks on that in route, and Peaks is on the run. Huge gain. Again, it looks like more man coverage from Buffalo, and it's just not going well when they run man coverage right now. Hand off to Tyson off the left side. He loses a yard there. That's going to be the end of the 3rd quarter here. Hofstra leads this one 42-7. So, yeah, things have certainly swung in Hofstra's favor. 12.8 yards per play. We will take that every time. And now they're going to go from the full house pistol into a flex bone look and hand this off to Tyler Costello. Costello's not going far, though. Just a 1-yard gain. 3rd down and 10 here. Hines surveying the field, throws this one to Tyson underneath. Tyson gets a good gain and gets us into a good go-for-it situation. 4th and 3. They're going to call Hines' number up the middle. He's got about 4. That'll be enough for a 1st down. So 1st and goal from the 4-yard line now. They're going to hand this off to Tyson off the left side. And he will get stopped. And he will lose a yard. So it'll be 2nd and goal from the 5 here now. We're going to go with a little RPO read type of thing. Handoff up the middle, and Strickland tackle just outside the goal line. 3rd and 1 here. They'll call Hines' number. And it'll go up the middle into the end zone on the QB blast. Hofstra, yet another score here. They're about to make it 49 unanswered points against Buffalo. And this one's just been an absolute rout. Easily the most impressive win of the Mike Francesa era. Well, probably not. Probably the Syracuse win last week because Syracuse was ranked. This is definitely the most dominant effort, though, and by far the best the passing game has looked. But we will see next week if Hofstra can replicate this success against a much better team in the Arizona Wildcats when they come to town. Arizona absolutely demolished us last year. It's the worst game it's the worst defeat I've ever suffered in a football video game. I don't even want to say what the score was. There's video of it on my channel. You could go watch it if you haven't. But it was an absolute disaster. And so, you know, this offseason, Mike Francesa called them up and said, we want a home and home. You got to come and play against us. So now at this point, we're going to put in Isaac Ferris, a freshman, as well as Tyler Costello in at starting running back to let them finish out this game, get some reps. Ferris is a guy we are redshirting, but since he's allowed to play up to 4 games, we're going to put him in and see what he's got. He's the fastest of the freshmen, so he's the one I wanted to try out first. And here on a little QB zone off the left side, he gets a first down here. Now we're going to go with a little RPO read with him, and looked like he should have thrown that one out. A 2nd and 14, under a minute left here in this one. And they're going to launch up a deep ball, and that will fall incomplete. But, I don't know, not a bad effort. Now 3rd down and 14. Going to run this one up the middle. And 4th and 7. Just going to go for it here because whatever. That one will fall incomplete. And this should be the last play here. Yeah, it'll be a Hail Mary for Buffalo. Yeah, I almost took this out, but I was like, I'm not going to take out one play. So whatever. And they threw a pick. So had the stats a little bit. And that will do it. Mike Francesa brings a state championship to Hempstead, New York. A huge, huge win for the Hofstra Pride. Building momentum for this program. Definitely the first blowout win we've had. So your final here today at James M. Schwartz Stadium in Hempstead, New York is 49-14. Hofstra wins this one over the Buffalo Bulls. Your final stats for Quandre Hines are 376 passing yards, 73 or 74 it would round off to completion percentage. That said 6 touchdowns. That is a lie. He had 5 total touchdowns, 4 passing, 1 rushing, and then 1 more that was actually Keontae Tyson's touchdown that Hines gets credit for because that play is broken. So Hofstra moves to 3-0 now, and let's check out these stats here. That seemed like it went by too fast. Alright, that's like a pain to fix that. That's some bad editing there, but I don't feel like fixing it. So maybe just pause the video at that point if you want to see the stats. Hines, 14 of 19, 376 yards, like 17 yards per pass or something like that. The running game was like okay, honestly. It wasn't amazing. Tyson, his numbers were slightly better than what showed because of the touchdown that he scored that he didn't get credit for. 71 yards receiving. That we hit him on that mesh rail on the wheel route. That was a big play for us. Also, Keyshawn Robinson, the big play on that deep post route. And the slot fade to Scooter Page off play action. Oluwave, 9 tackles. Bunch of guys with 1 tackle for loss. We had 3 interceptions. We had 1 fumble recovery as well. If you remember the fumble recovery, we promptly fumbled it back to them by trying to lateral. I really thought that was going to work. It did not. And so now we are on to Arizona week. This is a big one. We've got a number of recruits coming in for this one. Colby Capps, big right tackle out of Worcester, Massachusetts. We're going to throw some more points at him. Then I decided we need to go harder at some receivers. So we're going to try to put some points. Since I have the coach development on slowest, we still do not have very many recruiting hours to work with. We also don't have the ability to put any more than 50 points on anyone yet. Anyway, we're going to get some visits scheduled up. Rodney Cano out of Cincinnati, Ohio. Quan Addison, a right end out of York, Pennsylvania. Speed rusher, 4-star. Matty Von Olhoffen. We skipped over him. Funny name, though. But we are bringing in JoJo Miner out of Blairstown, New Jersey. Joey Jorgensen out of New Haven, Connecticut. Quick check-in on Syracuse as their gauntlet of a schedule continues to beat them up. They lose at Clemson. I also have to set up the visits that are coming in this week for Arizona. As we look at Arizona's schedule, they haven't played anybody yet. I do have to, like, you know, hard sell or whatever we're going to do for those players who are coming in this week. I forgot to do it here, so I'll do it before the beginning of the next video. But we will check in on Arizona's roster here quickly before we head out. And then after that, I'm going to check in on like the ratings caps for some of our new players this year to see what that looks like. So South Carolina, or Arizona, I don't know why I said South Carolina. Arizona, their stud quarterback is back. He was actually injured against us last year. The receivers are really not that good, but they do have a true freshman right there with 97 speed. Offensive line is solid. Left tackle, left guard, and right tackle are stellar. The center and right guard, not so much. They're weak at defensive tackle. They have a stud at middle linebacker, who's the best player on their defense. They're not that strong at corner or in the secondary. So I think we should be able to move the ball on them. But I also anticipate that they will be able to move the ball on us. So we'll see how that goes. So yeah, I think an interesting thing to look at is ratings caps, and we haven't done it yet for our new players. Hines, I don't know that this guy's going to be a superstar. His accuracy can certainly improve a lot, it looks like. So yeah, maybe he has a chance to develop pretty well. Isaac Farris here. Okay, skill caps will probably never beat out Hines. Tyler Costello's got a pretty good room for development. He could be a good player for us. Bruce Wayne, on the other hand, not as much. I think he's looks a little more limited. But still a lot of room to improve, so we'll see how he does. Brett Coco, meh, I don't know. George Lair is like almost maxed out already at 59 overall, which is pretty wild. Matt Sermon, again, another one with not a ton of room to develop, and he's a recruit who had the green gem. DJ Brown out of the BX. He's got a good room for development as far as the tight ends I've seen in this game go. He's got a lot of room to improve as a blocker. So hopefully he can continue to get better for us. Now, some of these offensive linemen, I think, we're looking pretty good. Colin Warrior has a lot of room to improve. I think he could be a really solid player for us. Rosenfels, again, tons of room to improve. Not terrible ratings caps. James Santana looking okay. Damian Green looking pretty good. Starting to run through these a little faster, maybe too fast. Again, Lorenzo Sanders is a guy that we think could be a solid player. I think Colin Warrior is the one guy who jumps out as a guy who could really become something good. And this guy here, John Kipper, only a 69 overall, but he looks like he doesn't have too bad on the ratings caps. Chad Cloud, good name for a weed smoker. I don't know what he's going to be as a middle linebacker. Brian Ortega, some good room to improve. His pass rush could improve a lot, but we don't really need him to do that. TJ Slack, not a lot going on, but Jaden Bellamy, this guy already an 87 overall, and look at that, he's got a ways to go. Sydney Stovall, another young guy who's going to improve a little bit. But yeah, that'll do it for this one. Next, we'll try to avenge our loss from last year against Arizona. Tune in and see how it goes. Thank you.